Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for July 3rd, 2018. Heat wave continues, and it's going to continue through at least Thursday of this week, but today we'll introduce a little bit more in the way of clouds. So the last couple of days has been mostly sunny, so temperatures were unabated going into the mid-upper 90s, in some cases well into the upper 90s, but that was the case yesterday. Yesterday was the peak heating day of this heat wave, and we are going to step back a little bit, cooler if you will, back to the middle 90s today. So only middle 90s, maybe just lower 90s here along the shore with an onshore flow here. But so eastern sections will probably be in the lower 90s, but elsewhere we're back in the middle 90s today. Not quite as hot as yesterday, but it's still not going to make much of a difference. The heat index values are still going to be above 100, in some cases nearing 105 degrees this afternoon. So it still will be very hot and humid. Won't feel much of a difference. We do have the opportunity today, though, with a cold front in the vicinity. It's not near or really close to our area. It's still off the west here, but you have an opportunity for our eastern sections, especially northeast PA, northern New Jersey, maybe down to I-78, to get an opportunity for an isolated thunderstorm. And these are going to be, if they do hit, they're going to be heavy rain producers and tremendous lightning producers. Tremendous. An insane amount of instability will be present because of the heat and humidity. So that will lead to the increase in lightning. But we'll also have these very slow moving. We still have the upper level ridge sitting over top of the region. And because of that, the steering flow aloft is very, very slow. So you'll hear shear being thrown out there when we talk about severe weather typically. We're not talking about that in this case. This is just referring to very slow movement because the shear values are somewhere around 5 knots or something like that, or under 10 knots. It's very slow steering flow up in the upper atmosphere, so they're going to be moving very, very slowly, and that will lead to a heavy rain threat as the primary focus today, and that's going to be in those areas right here in these eastern sections. Actually, we'll go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can see, again, focus is going to be over eastern parts of northeastern Pennsylvania, maybe down the Lehigh Valley, northern New Jersey. That's going to be our focus today for any storm activity. And you can see what happens as we move through time. Here's 5 p.m. It actually has some stuff over here down here in southeast PA. I don't think it gets down that far, though, but we'll monitor it. It looks like you have some stuff that's going to blow up here over the eastern Poconos, northwestern New Jersey, Lehigh Valley. And again, they're not going to be moving very much. This is going to go over 3 hours here. 1, 2, 3. So they don't move at all. They kind of just sit there. That's going to be the case until we get into after dusk. These are going to go disappear, but they're going to be very, very slow moving and just dump on one area. So if you do get lucky enough to get one of these, I will say lucky, because it's going to give you a break from the extreme heat. If you're up in the mid-90s and you get one of these storms, you're going to have a tremendous amount of lightning, heavy rain. Your temperatures will go all the way back down into the upper 70s to near 80, which will be welcome. I mean, humidity will still be ridiculous, but at least you're not in the mid-90s anymore if you're lucky enough to get one of those storms. So that's going to be the case today, and then we get later in the afternoon. Global models are a little bit more thrilled further southwest. Again, I don't think it gets too far below 78, but not impossible. We'll monitor that throughout the day. And then we get to Wednesday. Much of the same here on Wednesday. Same areas, maybe a little bit further northwest, favoring north-central Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania, and maybe back down to Harrisburg. So a little bit further inland this time on Wednesday for that isolated thunderstorm chance. And again, same deal here. Heavy rain is the biggest threat. Tremendous lightning where that occurs. You're still going to be hot and humid, probably lower 90s for most areas, and heat indices just over 100. So it's still very humid, very hot. Heat wave is continuing because we're staying over 90 degrees in consecutive days here. And then we get to Thursday. I think you're at one more day here of the extreme heat and temperatures in the 90s. But you see there's a cold front coming in from our west here. Here's the cold front right here, okay? So it's coming in from the west, but this is late Thursday. It doesn't quite get to our area. We're not going to have that pop-up stuff here on Thursday. Probably just partly cloudy. We'll call it a stray thunderstorm chance. Not impossible not to get a thunderstorm on Thursday, but the likelihood is less than today and Wednesday. So probably just partly cloudy for most areas, lower 90s for highs. Humidity still very high. Same deal as Wednesday as far as heat indices over 100. And then this cold front is going to move off to the south and east, and it's going to come through here on Friday. Most likely Friday afternoon and evening, this is going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms with it. And this is going to be your saving grace once this comes through. This is going to effectively end the heat wave. And you might get in some southeastern areas, might get above 90 again for one more day, which would make it 8 days in those areas. Elsewhere, probably be 7. consecutive days of 90 or better. But Friday, in most areas in the interior, they're going to get these thunderstorms and clouds a little bit earlier on. Will kind of limit the temperatures from getting up too high. So we'll probably get in the mid to upper 80s for highs in the interior, but still very warm. And the scattered showers and thunderstorms, depending on the timing of this front, if it can slow down a little bit and come in later in the day, and more areas get into the 90s. Then you're going to have the opportunity to have some severe weather with this too, with some gusty winds. We'll monitor this throughout the week and update that as we get a little bit closer. Right now it's at an unrealistic range to really start speculating about that, other than the possibility from a synoptic standpoint. So we'll just monitor that throughout the week and get back to you. It does look like, though, that on every model that this front moves offshore and will not be affecting the region at all on Saturday. Saturday's going to be a mostly sunny day across the region. Maybe some early clouds to start down here in our far southeastern areas close to the shore points. But other than that, we're going to have clouds giving away to sun down there. High pressure is going to move in behind this frontal boundary, and it's going to set up shop over the weekend. It's going to bring us a very nice weekend, and not just no rain, which is great. It'll be 2 in a row, which is almost a winning streak, if any of you know that reference from Major League. But we get 3, and that's going to be a winning streak. But we got 2 in a row coming of dry weather, and it's going to be comfortable this weekend. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s, so a very nice weekend with lower humidity. And here's a look at Saturday, and then we get to Sunday. Much of the same. Front is off further to the south, high pressure over top of the region, and a very nice weekend coming up. Again, low to mid 80s both Saturday and Sunday, and mostly sunny skies. Still going to be mostly sunny on Monday, but you see the high is going to be shifting off the coast here a little bit, and that's going to be the first day when we start seeing wind start shifting to the west-southwest here, and we're going to get temperatures up above 90 degrees as we head into next week. I don't think this heat wave that we're dealing with next week, it might hit 90 for consecutive days, but not going to be as oppressive as this last one. This is going to be more typical heat wave summer stuff that we're normally dealing with, which is 90, 92-ish, something like that, or either side of 90 degrees. So the 88 to 92 degree range, it looks like we're going to be dealing with a lot next week, and Monday is going to be the first day that we start increasing the temperatures again to the mid to upper 80s, and then we probably hit 90 by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that time kind of thing next week. So we'll examine this as we get a little bit closer to that, but it does look like we're going to warm up again next week and get into a hotter pattern, but it's going to be more typical summertime weather of what you would expect for July. I'm Eastern PA with Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is our outlook for July 3rd, 2018. Have a great Tuesday.